So anyway, since we're talking about Tim,
Yes.
and Australia,
Okay.
sexually transmitted diseases or infections are increasing among middle-aged and the elderly.
Okay.
The elderly. Australian has an internet dating program that gives greater access to multiple sexual partners after marriage breakups.
Well, I need to get that. Where's that at?
That's in Australia.
Can I move?
Yeah.
Is it too late?
In the past decade, the rate of chlamydia,
Well,
once again, an STD
yeah.
that even in the 80s, I thought was, near the
Like
end.
a third tier.
Yeah, it was like near the end.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't something you're worried about.
Yeah. Well, it's a concern now.
Yeah.
The rate of chlamydia has jumped up by, what do you think? How much percentage?
Since when?
In the last decade, in the last 10
10
years.
years. I'm going to say 30%.
You would be wrong.
Am I too high?
Way too low.
Way too low. All right, wait. Let's play this out. All right, my first guess was too low.
Yeah, 30%.
30%. I'm going to say 70%.
That isn't even a blip on the radar.
At 70?
Not even a blip on the radar.
Jesus. 250%.
You're getting closer.
I'm only getting closer.
You're getting closer.
That's the one you're supposed to say you're way too far.
No.
500%.
You're a little over.
400?
400%.
400% in 10 years.
It's jumped 400% the last decade.
Jesus God. 40% a year.
Yeah. Among 65 to 69-year-olds.
Holy shit.
So old people are fucking with no condoms.
How are these old
I can't get pregnant at this point.
Shit. I can't even get laid at this point. I'm 20 years younger.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
So 400% among 65 to 69-year-olds in Australia, while gonorrhea has spiked up by more than...
Gonorrhea? Well, after that last one, I want to say 3,000%.
Not quite that high. Only a tenth of that.
All right. What, 300?
300%.
Wow.
Among 60 to 64-year-olds.
That's something.
The increase among older Australians outstripped the numbers among people aged in their teens, 20s, and 30s.
Wow.
So the old folks are getting more poontang than the young people.
And they're fucking more without condoms.
Exactly.
There you go.
Experts say frisky older Australians are dangerously ditching protection.
Frisky.
Because they have no fear of pregnancy, which is what I just said, or they are actually unsure how to negotiate condoms.
What? Because they're old?
I guess. They don't know how to roll one on.
It's real fucking not complicated.
Yeah, well, they said they don't know how to negotiate condoms with new partners after being out of the dating game for so long.
Do you think it would be weird to be like a really old guy walking into a drugstore and buying a box of condoms?
Really weird?
Yeah, like walk up, you're like 68 years old.
Yeah.
You throw down some extra ribbed fur.
And you go, I bang a lot.
Just walk up and say, yeah, they're for her pleasure.
Yeah.
Do you have any that are extra lubed? Because she's 72.
Sure. There were 32 gonorrhea cases among people aged in their 70s in 2015.
Wow.
Compared to 15 in 2005.
Okay.
For chlamydia, the most common STD in Australia, there were 381% increase among 70 to 74-year-olds.
Wow.
Yeah. As cases jump from 11 to 53.
Okay.
Family planning, NSW medical director Dr. Deborah Benson said research showed women over the age of 40 using internet dating are more likely than younger women to agree to have sex without a condom.
Wow.
So they're barebacking it, my friend. They are barebacking it.
And having a great fucking time doing it.
Yeah.
Right up until they start
itching and scratching and breaking out.
Pissing pus.
So the old folks are banging away.
Have you ever seen fucking like chlamydia or gonorrhea?
I have not. I mean, I've seen, the most extreme of cases. Yeah, I've seen that on the internet.
Yeah. I had a friend in the military in fucking Korea that got the gonorrhea.
Yeah.
And he got the big rod jammed up his cock, and then they shot the fucking penicillin past.
Sure.
Because they have to like rod your dick.
Yeah.
To get past the infection.
Yeah, they have to get by there so it gets in there.
Yeah, and he was my roommate, and he'd be changing, and back then in the military they had that fucking brown underwear.
Sure.
And it would turn this fucking shade of green.
Ooh.
Like he'd go to change his clothes and he'd have this fucking green patch on his dick because it was fucking this yellow.
Yeah, he was dripping.
It was this mucus pus.
Yeah.
It was like a puddle of pus.
And that wasn't a deterrent for you at all?
No, didn't care.
Didn't care.
Couldn't happen to me.
Oh, of course not.
Fuck no.
So
wasn't gonna happen to me.
So you had visual confirmation that this kind of thing could happen, and
sure.
you still were like, that ain't gonna happen to me.
Wasn't gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
No way.
What were you, Superman?
Yeah. Oh, I picked better. This guy clearly didn't know how to pick a good chick.
I bet you I could pick one right out of a crowd that doesn't have anything.
Well, I obviously did.
Oh my.
I didn't care. Dude, I didn't care. I was 18 years old.
Well, obviously you didn't care.
I was 18 years old. If I died, I died. Dude, I worked a job where my whole job was to stand in line where I might get shot.
Right.
So someone else wouldn't get shot. You think I was worried about a pussy taking me out? Fuck no. That just wasn't the way it was.
Great.
I stood in lines of fire.
Yeah.
Fucking 3-inch skin flap of fire was not a concern.
Right. Yikes. Ouch. Not good. So there you go. The old folks are getting some.
Yes, they are.
They're getting more than the young folks.
Yep.
It's like, get in there and get some of that.
Yeah. Come here, Grandma.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Give me, give me some of that.
Yum.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just gross.